Coming up, roads as the driver of economic growth. The Asian Development Bank has allocated over $2 billion for the reconstruction of Kazakhstan's transport corridors. 400,000 individual entrepreneurs will be able to use E-Salyq Business. Stay tuned to learn about advantages of new mobile application for domestic business owners. Turkic-speaking film animators intend to work jointly. Best regional filmmakers discuss the prospects for cooperation in Turkistan. Kazakhstan registered 1,395 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Almaty again accounts for the highest single-day case count in the country. The southern metropolis detected 206 new positive cases of infection in the past day. Pavlodar region went down to the second place with 198 new coronavirus cases. Nur-Sultan follows with 151 new cases. Since the beginning of the pandemic, total COVID-19 cases in Kazakhstan have passed 940,000. According to the data from the country's health ministry, over 46,000 residents continue to receive treatment for COVID-19. Over 8,000 of them are in inpatient care. To date, more than 7.5 million Kazakh citizens have been fully vaccinated against the virus with 2 doses. The world is threatened by a new virus. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus announced at the meeting of the G20 Health and Finance Ministers in Rome. According to him, it will not be contained, and humanity must learn from the current pandemic in order to prepare for the next. In addition, the world community needs a strengthened World Health Organization, new mechanisms to combat pandemics, and more effective governance in the form of a special council to counter threats. The COVID-19 situation in Belgium has also worsened. The country declared a state of emergency due to a new surge in coronavirus infections. It will last until January 28th next year. At the same time, the number of residents who need hospitalizations remain low owing to the high vaccination rate. Colombia has launched a coronavirus vaccination campaign for children from 3 to 7 years of age. The country's capital of Bogota plans to vaccinate over 800,000 minors in the next few weeks. They will receive the Chinese Sinovac vaccine. More than $2 billion. This is the exact amount the Asian Development Bank has invested in the modernization of roads in Kazakhstan. A third of it is aimed at improving the road services in Mangostar region. Thus, within the investment project, over 450 kilometers of the road have been built in the region. It cost $650 million, including the highway connecting Видео and Aqtau. Now, it is twice as fast to travel from one point to another.
До реконструкции и их строительства требовалось порядка 12, а то и 14 часов, чтобы достичь пункта назначения от Бейнео до порта Aqtau, то есть стратегического порта.
Before reconstruction and construction, it took about 12 to 14 hours to reach the destination from Beigneo to the port of Aqtau, a strategic port of great regional importance. This issue was addressed within the Central Asian Economic Cooperation Program. It also allowed expanding and developing international corridor too. In this regard, we can say that Kazakhstan is starting to benefit significantly in terms of transit and increased cargo flows through this port towards Europe and from Europe toward Asia.
Выигрывать с точки зрения транзита и увеличения потоков грузов через этот порт в сторону Европы и наоборот из Европы в сторону Азии.
Of course, it is much better than before. For example, a road that before took 5 hours can now take just 2 hours. All road safety signs have been installed. All resting places, overpasses are marked. Now, the highways in the direction of Manasha-Shetpe, Shetpe-Aqtau, Jetebay-Zhanaozen, and roads in Zhanaozen town are assigned the level of the first and second categories. The quality of tracks allows drivers to maintain speed on the highway up to 120 kilometers per hour.
Маңғыстау мұнайға бай өңір екені баршаға мәлім.
Everyone knows that Mangostar region is rich in oil, but besides this, the region is famous for its livestock breeding. Now, vehicles moving at a good average speed are not dangerous for animals, because 11 underground crossings for animals have been built along the new road. This news made the locals who are engaged in animal breeding, happy. Modern recreation areas, gas stations and parking lots, service stations have been built along the road. There are also shops and food outlets. In a word, the road has gave a new impetus to the development of entrepreneurship in the region. As soon as this road was built, our business began to prosper. There are a lot of people who become our clients. Among them, there are also foreign tourists. The improvement of the road played a major role in increasing the number of tourists to the region. Along the international corridor, there are several famous historical and sacred places that are of interest to travelers. Among them is the Beketata underground mosque, which attracts a large number of local and foreign pilgrims. Kazakhstan introduced a new mobile application, E-Salyq Business. According to the developers, it will greatly simplify business activity, as it offers all the services that are currently available in the State Revenue Administration. For example, business people will be able to submit tax reports without having to visit government agencies. Thanks to the applications, this will be done automatically. Entrepreneurs will also receive the necessary certificates and notifications from the tax authorities and, moreover, will correspond with them. The mobile platform has been integrated with second-tier banks and users can now pay their taxes from home. The project was implemented as part of the head of state's instructions to simplify the procedures for the fulfillment of tax obligations for individual entrepreneurs.
Цель как раз заключается в том, чтобы облегчить всю работу, начиная от...
The goal is to facilitate all the work, from registering an individual entrepreneur, choosing special tax regimes, keeping records, keeping income. In addition, this application has been improved by adding the cash register function. That is, through this application, it will be possible to issue cash receipts. The opportunity of terminating entrepreneurial activity or suspending its activity has been realized. Thus, the whole range of services is implemented in this application.
Либо приостановление его деятельности. Таким образом, получается, весь спектр услуг реализован в данном приложении.
Managing plants from anywhere in the world. A smart greenhouse was opened at the Kazakh National Agrarian Research University in Almaty region. It's based on innovative Korean technology. The greenhouse is fully automated. The system itself ventilates the room, irrigates the soil, applies fertilizers, and turns the fans on. Smart technologies allow harvesting up to 450 tons of crops per year. This is 150 tons more than the volume of a conventional greenhouse. There, students, masters, and PhD candidates will combine theoretical knowledge with practice. Training will also be provided to owners of private farms.
В целом в Казахстане сейчас закрытый грунт именно строительство теплиц использованными.
In general, the construction of greenhouses using modern technologies is gaining momentum in Kazakhstan. And indeed, the agro-industrial complex needs students and specialists who would have direct practical experience in using such technologies. That is why it is certainly a very good opportunity for higher education in Kazakhstan to train the necessary specialists with the necessary knowledge.
Для высшего образования системы Казахстана готовить именно необходимых специалистов с необходимыми знаниями.
We have equipped the greenhouse with the latest technological developments. I hope that it will benefit both the science and the agricultural sector in Kazakhstan. For us, it is also the development of business and friendly relations between our countries. If we expand the network of such facilities, Kazakhstan can not only import, but also export large quantities of vegetable products. The decision to build an innovative greenhouse was made 2 years ago at the Kazakh-Korean Business Forum. At that time, the two heads of state agreed to cooperate in the area of new agricultural technologies. This summer season was successful for archeologists from Akmola region. Scientists have discovered about 100 interesting finds of the well-known Botai culture.
ең ерекшесі міне табылған жәдігерлердің ішінде міне найзаның ұшы үлкен салмақты.
Found silicon spearheads and arrowheads, two-sided bone needles. According to experts, the artifacts are well preserved and show the achievement of the tribes living here during the Stone Age.
Краснояр қонысынан табылған ерекше жәдігерлер мына сүйек біздер, инелер. Яғни бұндай біздер сирек кездеседі, өте жіңішке, көрдіңіз бе?
These bone needles and owls found on the site near the village of Krasny Yar are well preserved. Surprisingly, they are very durable. Such finds are rare, especially in our region. They are very thin, like modern needles. Here are two-sided needles used in weaving and fishing.
Неміз сүйек біздер, инелердің қатарында мына екі жақты инелер. Бұл да жаңағында неге тоқмашылыққа өте ыңғайлы, бір жағымен де ілесің, екінші жағымен де ілесің, тесесің деген сияқты.
Archaeologists have also studied the Saka burial mounds near Baubek Batur village in Jaksu region and near Magdalinovka village in Atbasar region.
Сақ дәуірінің қорының үстінен қылыш табылғаннан кейін жаңағы.
Earlier we found a sword in Magdalinovka village. We again studied this place to find sensational discovery. We succeeded in finding only fragments of ceramic, bronze items and arrowheads.
Адамға ұқсас бір жәдігерлер табыла ма деген сияқты.
Also this summer, scientists discovered an axe in Jarkhayan region. It was dated to the 4th millennium BC. The most surprising thing, the researchers admit, is that the tool is made of an alloy of various metals, which indicates the development of mining in the region. Now, archaeologists intend to study the artifacts in the laboratory and compare them with other finds. This will unveil the way of life and culture of people of the Stone Age. The best animated films from the film animators of the Turkic-speaking countries. The third international festival Amen was held in Turkistan. It was attended by filmmakers from Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkey, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and other countries. 49 animated films of various types and genres were presented to the audience. Well-known figures of the domestic as well as world animation evaluated the works. The Amen festival has already become traditional. It was named after the Kazakh animation director Amen Haydarov. The organizers are planning to hold the event abroad in the future.
Участвуем уже не первый год. В прошлом году у нас
We have been participating for years. Last time, we presented the film Stream. It was very well welcomed. It was awarded the title of the best animated film in original art style.
В художественном оригинальном стиле.
Ұрпақ тәрбиесіндегі рөлі анимация дейміз, мультипликация дейміз, орасан зор. Өйткені
Basically, animation art in our country has great potential from the point of view of education. Indeed, according to famous psychologists and scientists, it is the animated feature films that influence the consciousness of a child 2 to 3 times more than the family.
біздің өз елімізде өтіп, біздің осындай рухани өмірімізді байытып жатқанның өзі үлкен қолдау.
12 theaters from Nur-Sultan and 2 Russian theaters are taking part in the Teatr ALL festival, which is nearing completion. Although the performances will continue for 2 more days, the official closing ceremony will take place today. The members of the expert council will sum up the results of the festival's competition and name the winners in 30 categories. These include the best directors, playwrights, composers, stage designers, ballet and opera dancers, as well as prizes for the best actor and actress, supporting roles, and other categories. Not only performances are being held as part of the Teatr ALL festival in the Kazakh capital, but also masterclasses, exhibitions, and scientific and practical conferences. Masters of dramatic arts, literary critics, and specialized critics are sharing their experiences and giving their appreciation of the unique cultural event of the country's main city.
Төрт спектакль көру деген, соның бәріне баға беру деген оңай тіршілік емес әрине.
Of course, it is not easy to watch 4 performances every day and evaluate them at the same time. We have seen both classical and Kazakh national works performed on stage. I think such versatility is always very useful. This festival, as a creative competition of theaters, will have a great influence on their development.
Шығармашылық жарыс театрлардың бұл өсу жағына көп көмектесетін нәрсе.